Hi, we're State to State.
And you're watching
The Red Booth.
Hi, welcome to The Red Booth Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Q. On tonight's episode, I have the band State to State. They've been getting a lot of play on K-ROQ here in Los Angeles, and they also have a show coming up at the Troubadour, and they're going on tour. So come and join us. Well, thanks for coming back on the show, guys.
Sure.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is really cool because, so I had them on the show over a year and a half ago, actually, and we were really excited about some of your new music that you were coming out with. And ever since then, things have been just kind of taking off with you guys. You've been blowing up. I even heard them on the radio while I was driving in the car, and I was like, oh my God. They're on K-ROQ, which is a huge station here in Los Angeles. And so I thought it'd be great to have you guys back on. And also, you're playing some really big venues and lots of great stories. So I would love for you guys to tell us what's been happening lately.
Well, it was the K-ROQ thing, and then we have a K-ROQ show with a band called Visa.
Oh, I know them.
Yep.
I can't believe that. That's so
and
cool.
And then another friend of ours, Tiffany Medadian, she's amazing. And then that's the Troubadour
on the 1st of
February 1st.
And just so you guys know, the Troubadour is a huge venue here in LA that has a lot of history, and it's kind of a big deal, right?
Pretty much every musician has some sweat on that stage.
Yeah, some of the biggest bands I think have played there. So
Huey Lewis in the News.
Yep.
Nice.
That's the essential one.
I think there's a few other ones too. Yeah.
And then we're gonna go on tour. Just a little week thing in Florida at the end of February, beginning of March, with Candlebox. Wow. One of our old 90s favorites.
They left me far behind.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the one.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
Candlebox is major, especially for anybody that was around in the 90s.
They're still doing it.
They're still doing it.
25 years.
My first band used to cover a couple Candlebox songs,
Really?
so-
Yeah, so that's really exciting, though, that you're going on tour
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
You were at the singer was at our show.
We did the Lucky Strike.
Lucky
for
Strike.
K-ROQ.
in Hollywood.
And came off, and I didn't even know I didn't recognize him, but he's like, just started buying all our stuff. He's like, oh, you guys are great.
And that hookup was because the fantastic band Ages,
Yeah.
that we share a rehearsal space with, they played that show with us, and Kimball Walters, the singer's good friends with him, so
That's
He
so
invited
cool.
him out.
Now, Lucky Strike
Friends
has a
help
ton of
friends, huh?
shows, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were doing like every Wednesday night or something. They were doing like a rock show.
they're doing the jams as
Yeah.
well, or just a bunch of different rock
It's become a
musicians
pretty
together.
active little venue down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I'd been hearing about it for a while, and I never got around to checking it out, and then we played it, and I was like, man, this is pretty sweet.
And
Yeah,
then you
there's
can go
some
bowling
great-
when you're done. So.
I know, it's pretty awesome.
Right? I didn't go bowling though. I'm so ashamed
Yeah,
of
we
myself.
should take advantage.
Oh, man.
But that's where we met the guy, and he liked us, and then our manager just connected with him, and,
That's awesome.
he's a super nice guy.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So when is that going to be?
It starts February 28th and goes through March 3rd. So
Okay.
it's a
Yeah,
4-day
4
run.
shows.
Okay, cool. And then you're going to be playing at the Palladium, I think it was?
No,
where is it?
Troubadour.
Troubadour.
Oh, I thought there was another show as well.
No,
Okay.
no.
So when is the show at the Troubadour?
February 1.
February 1st.
Awesome.
Yeah, 3 bands. It's K-ROQ sponsored locals only show, so it'll be good. It'll be big, and Visa they do well anyway. So if you
We're
want to
also-
get tickets because they'll go.
That's
we're,
right.
We're also planning to release our next song for that show as well, so there'll be a new single out at that show as
Yeah.
well.
That's cool. Is that so? Now I know you guys showed me one of your most recent songs.
Yes, the
That's
Shifter.
the Shifter, and that's the one that's been playing on K-ROQ,
Yes.
which is
Among
really
other
exciting.
stations, it's been getting some national airplay across the country.
And in
so-
Peru, is in the top 40 songs.
Yeah, we're
played,
ahead-
and-
we're ahead
and
of U2.
3 songs ahead of U2.
Eat it, you
Oh
two.
my
So we're
god,
huge in Peru.
temporarily. Anyway.
that's
Just
amazing.
looking up
And-
at us from 36 as we're 34.
And if we play down there,
You're like-
I just hope they don't have to make us carry our equipment up Machu Picchu. So that'd be pretty.
Yeah,
rough.
right?
That'd be pretty rough.
Yeah.
So how did your song get on the radio in Peru?
We don't
Andrew?
know.
No, I have no
Yes,
idea.
no one knows. Mystery.
We just suddenly got tagged and somebody saying that it was on, and we checked it out, and there we were. So, no idea.
Wow.
The power of the internet, I guess, these days.
Yeah, really.
That's pretty cool.
And so do you guys have your stuff obviously online too, like on Apple Tunes, iTunes, everything
iTunes.
like
All
that.
the usual Spotify,
All the usual.
anywhere you want to find music, you'll probably
CD
find
Baby?
us. CD Baby, I believe.
We are.
That's the
Is that still a thing?
That's
Are they gonna
kinda-
have to change
that's
their
kinda
name to, like,
underground.
They're more like
Baby?
they're more like TuneCore.
They're gonna have to change it to like Digital Baby because CDs are moved.
CDs
You're like,
are
what are
coasters now.
CDs anyway?
Right? Yeah.
I heard about those.
Those were our dad used to listen to those. Well, not our dad because we're not little spring chickens anymore.
Well, you guys are doing so good with this, and I would love to hear the story about how this happened with K-ROQ too. But I think we might have to go to a quick break, and we can come back in a minute and we can tell the story.
Great.
Sweet.
Okay, cool.
Anything you ask, the answer's in the past, and you're changing.
And welcome back to the Red Booth Show. I'm here with the band State to State. How's it going, guys?
Splendid. Well,
Okay, cool. Well, I would love to hear the story about how you got onto the K-ROQ Locals Only show, because that's super exciting. I was saying earlier, I've actually heard them playing on the radio just randomly driving around, which was so exciting for you that you guys are on there. So how did that happen?
Well, I mean, I wish it was a really detailed, exciting story, but the main point is persistence. But between us and our superstar manager, Big John, he just continually contacted Kat, and we've been sending stuff, and eventually she finally put us on. And then once we were on, the next week we were number 5, and then we've been up at number 1 now for
2 weeks.
couple weeks, and then we were number 1 for a couple weeks before that. So it's been a nice
Hovering around 1 and 2.
nice little support system for us, for sure.
That's amazing.
I think another thing that helped was, I think Big John knew someone who was able to kind of be a bird in Kat's ear, but maybe that didn't
I don't
really
think
take
so.
place. Well, persistence, kids.
Keep trying.
Well, I think, yeah, because it's like the hardest thing is actually getting somebody to listen to that song, right? Because there's so many of the songs that they get submitted to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think you probably find out what her favorite bottle of tequila is, and then you send the CD with that. That might help.
That might help.
They get
we
some notice.
did not do that, but we should have.
We would have got
Like
played
3
earlier.
years ago.
So tell me a bit about what it's like working with your manager, because I know obviously having a manager can be really helpful, and some people, have different stories that it's not
been
helpful.
a godsend.
Yeah.
It's been a godsend because we're very passionate, creative individuals, but when it comes to administrative work, especially a couple of us, he's really good at it, but
No.
he and I are garbage. at
I'm
it.
just better at them. Better
So
than them.
we,
I'm not-
the training wheels fall off, and then it's just pretty sad and pathetic. So having Big John on there has been.
He's definitely held it together for us and allowed us to move forward a lot easier and faster, I think, than we would have on that end. So
Right.
That's great.
Yeah. So now we have somebody fetch us green M&Ms, and it's good.
Get the white room ready.
Yeah, that's right.
get us out of trouble when we throw the TV out the hotel room.
Pink Floyd, The Wall. Come on.
Well, cool. So he basically submitted the song for you guys to Kat. Kat Corbett, by the way, is one of the DJs here on K-ROQ. She's been around for a while. She's very well known. So he was submitting the song for you guys probably multiple times. And then how did you finally know? Like, did they tell you in advance?
Well, before she put us on the radio, she then, through that contact, offered us a show at the Slide Bar. They host shows at the Slide Bar in Fullerton. So she gave us a show that was hosted by K-ROQ, and then through that put us on for the show to kind of promote that
And
show.
plus,
Nice.
she needs a certain file for the song. So, I mean, that it's going to happen before it
yeah,
happens.
she confirmed with us, about the lyrics and things like that.
But, I mean, there's just so many really great bands around here. And
I'm sure they must get just basketfuls of
Oh, yeah.
CDs and
Oh, yeah.
music
It's-
every day, so it's
Yeah.
got to be
it's like
overwhelming.
the Chappelle, the new Chappelle. He's like, what am I, Santa Claus? I don't read all these notes.
yeah, well, it's the same with people that are in the movie industry. They probably get submitted, and I know people that do. Obviously, they get like scripts all the time and stuff. So when you're trying to get somebody to actually listen to your song, that's the hard thing to break through. And there is so many good musicians here in Los Angeles. Actually, there's this amazing, platform where you go from being a local band and like going to all these different venues and just playing for a long time to finally breaking through and getting onto the radio, which is gonna just take
Certainly
off. Like
helps.
what's happening with you
And what's
guys.
great about the locals only show is that then their top 5, it's all through voting. So if you're up in the top 5 and you're staying there, it means people are liking it enough to want to
Yeah.
let them know. So
And the Shifter's the song that's being played with them. Now, are you guys trying to submit any other songs and get
once we
them?
put out the new song, we'll be sending it to Kat as well. In hopes
Cool.
of getting the same kind of support.
Nice. Can you tell us about the new song before it comes out?
It's called Getaway, and
And it's a
it features
delightful
us.
ditty. It's a delightful ditty.
Other than that, you'll just have to wait.
We'll have to wait. We'll have to go to the Troubadour.
You
That's
can hear it
right.
live at the
February
Troubadour.
1st.
You can hear it live at the Troubadour on February 1st. And hopefully soon after, I think you guys were talking about having some music videos come out soon
Yep.
too, right? Are you going to have some for the Shifter? Or for
Well,
the
right
song?
right now we've got a very cute kitty video for the Shifter. You can check
Okay.
that
Just
on
cute
our
kittens.
YouTube channel.
Kittens.
Cute
Yeah.
kittens.
Like kittens and
I love
puppies.
the videos.
Check it out.
Kittens and puppies.
If you don't like the video, it means you don't like kittens and puppies, and you're just a horrible human.
That's true. That's a good way to filter it out.
Right? Yeah.
That's how we set that up.
Nice.
And then we will be making one for Getaway, and once that comes out.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, people can obviously go and keep up to date on all of your releases that are coming out by following you guys state to state.
Yeah.
On
You can our website state2stateband.com has
Cool.
all the Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud.
Good.
All those
All
things
the-
we'd
all the
rather not
links.
care about, but have
all
to.
the links.
all the
that you have to
links.
maintain.
Yeah. State to state, not numeric to TO spelled
Right.
out. State2stateband.
State to state. Cool. And do you guys have a record label that you're working with?
Nope.
And are you trying to do that, or
I
are you-
mean, it's always in the periphery, but
yeah.
I think that do the best you can right now, and then if the right thing comes along, awesome. If not, then awesome too. Because
All right.
yeah, so
Well-
we'll see.
Well, we'll talk about that when we come back from the break with the band State to State. And welcome back to the Red Booth Show. We are here with the band State to State. Now, you guys have been doing such an amazing job as independent, musicians and with your band here. And I know we were just talking about sort of the fact that there's pros and cons between being with a record label. And I would like to know more about what you think those are.
Well, I mean, I think that the pros are that it gets you, a foot in the door to certain things, radio or whatever. I think one of the cons is, no one's really signing anybody anymore, especially in the major label way. So when they do, I think the deals are kind of, they don't really benefit the artist financially. I think it's, what are those 360 deals or whatever, where it's kind of like they get 50% of everything, merchandise.
Yeah,
all
at this
of-
point, the major labels are wanting to sign on a guaranteed thing where they're, you've already got 1 million fans and you're already doing
Right.
your whole thing, and they just want a percentage of that to give you the little bump that.
So
you
at that
can't
point,
do.
if you have 1 million fans to make them want to sign you, why give them a piece of your pie if you're already?
But
taking-
a small indie label that can give you some sort of support without, having to invest an entire bank into trying to make it happen.
Right.
Then there's some benefits for, being able to get some extra support for touring and distribution and such. So
Right, because normally if you're with a label, then they're going to put up the money for stuff for you, like your music videos and, getting you on tours and things like
Right,
that.
which would be amazing.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know enough about it to be able to, speak gospel on it. But
Yeah.
that's what I have come to understand, and it's okay. It's the way it works. And now I think as an independent artist with the internet and
Yeah.
everything like it, that gives us a huge leg up from,
Oh, yeah.
say like my dad who was in a band in the 70s
What?
and
Your
80s.
dad was in a band?
Yeah,
That's
in
cool.
Michigan. I mean, if he had they're really good. They're the 6 really amazing singers, and
So it's in your blood.
I suppose it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, they didn't have that, and I think that was a hindrance to that.
Yeah, because all they had was the venues and people actually being there, or maybe cassette
Right.
tapes, right? Or
Right,
whatever,
yeah.
getting passed around, which they
Exactly.
used to do here in Hollywood too.
when
Yeah.
you could sell your music that way.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that's changed drastically.
Make mixtapes for your the girl crush that you had in junior high school. They made you mix it.
Spend hours recording and pausing.
Yeah.
Well, definitely the internet obviously has changed everything in terms of how the music industry works. And you guys have been doing it very successfully as an independent band. What sort of advice do you have for other, musicians and bands out there that are trying to get?
I would say get organized, like spreadsheets, accounting. Like every dollar that comes in or out, mark it down and then do the best you can with your socials. Make your own website, design your own website, but it doesn't have to be too fancy. Just something easy to navigate, and there's all the stuff right there. Don't pay to play. Don't pay to play. Do
you mean venues don't pay to play?
Yeah.
Really?
Don't. Well, I mean, there's
that's
certain,
kind of the way it is,
there's
isn't
certain
it? I mean,
venues that are like,
LA.
you have to sell these tickets and then give us money. Yeah, don't do that.
So
that's
what's
a rat
the
race.
alternative? Because how else do you
Just
get...
go to a smaller venue and not,
Start smaller and stick with your guns, and then eventually those people will want to book you.
Exactly. And a lot of those venues, we're not going to say who they are, but a lot of those venues, that's all they do. So there's just no point in even going there.
Interesting.
So.
Yeah, I've definitely heard pay to play, obviously, for bands. Like many bands I know have done that.
And
I mean,
outside of
pretty
LA,
common.
it's just no one would even think that happens.
From what I
so-
understand,
Really?
though, I mean, that's how a lot of bands get on big tours. Is they
True, there's
get
other
on
pay
them
to plays
anyway.
now.
But
That's-
I mean, that's
no,
a different
it's
that's a
not-
different scale.
Well, let's just
Pay-to-play.
clarify. That doesn't mean they're actually paying to be on the venue. It's more like you have to sell a certain amount of tickets, right?
Some venues, it's not even like that. Like it's not like you get the tickets and then you either hand in the tickets you didn't sell with the cash of the tickets that you sold. A lot of these places are like, here you go, you guarantee that you're gonna sell these tickets, or I don't care if you sell them or whatever, give me the money for the tickets.
You essentially have to buy 300 tickets, and then if you don't sell them, you bought them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Depends on the situation, but those are the kind
Don't
of
do
things.
that.
Don't do that.
Rough.
Don't do that.
Okay, good. So find smaller venues and sort of grow more organically that way.
Yeah, and
build your
just
fan base.
go to shows and find bands that you've heard of, find bands that you found that you like. Scour SoundCloud, find music that you like if they're local LA, go to the show and introduce yourself. Like, hey, I found your band. I love this song.
Yeah.
I'm in a band. I know that you're busy and you got to talk to other people, but I'm gonna hit you up on Facebook. And then sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. Then you can get a show, and that helps. That works. The more networking you can do, and
Play with other good
Right.
bands that you like.
Find a community in that way.
and don't use, for God's sake, don't use music as a vehicle to become famous. That's just asinine, and then you're not gonna get anywhere there.
Yeah, if that's your motivation, that's exactly.
So if that's what you're doing, then turn the show off.
out
And
of
just, yeah.
Okay, so by the way, there's some really cool news that I wanted to share because since the last time you were on the show, you have had a
Little baby.
little baby.
Oh boy.
So you're a daddy now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so many people that I talk to think that it's too difficult to have a family and be an artist at the same time. And I'm always like a staunch supporter of having a family as well and being able to have, your dreams as an artist too.
For sure.
So yeah. So why don't you speak on that a little bit?
What is there to say?
Oh wait, we have to take a break. Shoot, but right when we come back, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll see you soon. So we were just talking about something really, really cool, near and dear to my heart as well, because I'm also a mother. But you recently had a baby, and now I thought it would be cool to hear the story, what it's like to be a father and also be in a band.
Oh, it's the best. I mean, he's the mellowest baby I've ever seen. He's just chill, and he's gonna be a drummer. So or a doctor. Hopefully,
Drummer or doctor?
Doctor, drummer.
What about bass player?
I need a drummer to jam with.
If he gets too much arthritis, we can replace him.
Oh, I never thought about that.
He's growing his own
Van
replacement. That's right.
And this guy hasn't even met him yet.
Yeah,
Oh.
No, it's because I'm on the west side, and he won't go west of the 405 there. But it's just great. I mean, I don't know what there is to say about it that you haven't heard before, but it is the greatest, and it motivates you, and it just keeps you focused, and it's the greatest. I wonder why I didn't do it sooner.
Right. I've never seen this guy so relaxed and happy before in our entire.
I don't even know what to say about it. Just it's the greatest feeling in the world. So I mean, it's just
Every day we play music, we'll sit there and all of a sudden he'll just play. You want to see something? He's got a new picture.
got a
on his
picture
phone.
of the baby.
It's just always
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time. Oh, you got to see this. You got to see this. Isn't this the cutest little? Come, this is the. Look at that guy.
Look at that guy. That's the greatest photo ever.
Oh, it went out. Oh, no, you blew it. The moment's
There he
over.
is.
Fail.
The moment's over.
He's not the best.
Well, I mean, it's truly when you're a parent, it's really a miracle, and it's hard to, I think, explain in words to other people.
There's no
unless
words.
You get to experience
I don't
it.
even know what to say about it.
I have
Yeah.
a dog. That's
Gonna
mine.
say, Shay and I have four-legged
Nice.
children.
Well, those are also wonderful.
Yeah, I've got a rescue pit bull, and she's
Cool.
very codependent on me, and she's like a kid.
Yeah,
So, but I love her. She's the best.
that's awesome. I love dogs. I have 2 huskies.
Oh,
So-
huskies are awesome.
They're
I would love to have a husky.
So
I mean, a kid's probably better, but
well, I think it's really neat that you have, obviously, you're creating a family as well, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
doing this, and you're going on tour and
Yeah.
stuff. And I hope you don't mind me asking this, but like, okay, so what does your wife like say? Like, is she super supportive and
Totally.
helpful
She's
with all
never,
that?
she never has
Yeah.
ever gotten in the way of anything
Yeah,
of me pursuing my dreams. That's who I am, and that's who she met. And
awesome.
why would you change that? So
that's
I
so
love
cool.
you. You're perfect. Now change.
no, she's just zero.
Change the diaper.
Yeah.
Dilemma.
Change the
Yeah.
diaper, yeah.
Change the diaper.
No, she's great. Very supportive.
That's great. Yeah, I think that's like the key factor, really, having both people like really like support each other with what they want to do as an artist.
Yeah.
And then you can totally work everything out.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Very cool. Let's hear a little bit about your plans for the future then with State to State.
Well, we've actually been recording. We recorded The Shifter and a couple other songs that we will be releasing.
Cool.
Kind of stacking them off.
And who
we
writes those, by the way? Who's
We
the-
all do. I
Okay.
tend to write the initial idea and then bring it, and then we finish it up, and I write all the lyrics and all the melodies. But
Cool.
we've been working with a producer named Johnny K, and
Okay.
he recorded The Shifter. And ever since, he's kind of got like the golden hand, because ever since we started working with him, everything's just kind of fallen into place. So we're going to get back in the studio with him and finish off some new songs that we've been writing and some older songs that were retooled, and then we'll do it all over again and just kind of keep trying to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Just keep
And we played
climbing the ladder.
We recorded these last songs live, and it really made a difference. Like we usually go and do the separate parts, but he liked to do it live, and it really
Really?
has a great.
So you mean it's instead of like separate, like the instruments
We're all
separately
in a room
recorded, we're
rocking
all
out
together?
We're all playing it together.
Wow,
and
that's
it's,
a original way of doing it.
and it's
yeah.
just
Yeah, who would've
you
known
can
you
feel the
record
energy
music
in
by
it more.
playing it?
I mean, you just hear the difference, and just the interaction. It's just has something.
That makes total sense. Yeah, I mean, because you kind of vibe off of each other, right?
Yeah.
Like you're
Whatever
jamming.
happened to that old awesome?
Yeah. What an
how do you
idea! What a
catch it?
concept!
What a concept.
Everyone's always trying to capture that live feel. Play live. There you go.
Yeah.
We had sent
Try and make it sound live.
try to make it
Let's
sound
try
like-
to make it sound like it's live.
Sound-
Give
Yeah,
it a
let's
few
do
weeks.
that.
We had
We
sent,
can add in some extra like audience, like rah.
Yeah, right. We'll just add a laugh track after every chorus.
we had sent Johnny recordings, and he liked it, but he came out to see us, and we did just a private performance for him, and he pretty much just said, yeah, what I just heard now I haven't heard on tape, and that's the problem essentially. So that's why we went to the live recording. So
And it just makes a
it
huge
made
difference.
yeah, altogether.
It also makes it so you spend like a quarter of the time doing it and a quarter of
Way
the money
faster,
doing
right?
it. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
You get more bang for your buck, and it's more fun.
Yep, way more fun.
It was nice that Johnny came in and said, "Yeah, let's focus on recording you live, because that's kind of the allure of your band." So
We're a live band.
Definitely. That's really great because some bands are not so great live.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, it's been so great to have you back on the show.
yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much. I can't wait to see what happens in another year from now.
Same to you.
Yeah, we're all going to just keep going for it.
That's
Go on,
right.
Booth.
Well, cool. Thanks again, guys.
Thank
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank you.